Astro Command, protect the show. I ask the Astro Command to be with me. Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I am the man, CmdrAleon, the man from Mars, with the Ashtar Command here on Earth Mission, Starseed. Truly Starseed. Good evening, everybody. Host of WESUFM.org's Sunday morning show, Cosmic Eye Radio. And do check WESUFM.org for everything from reggae music to Americana. We have all kinds of great music on the station. People that are interacting, community affairs programs. WESUFM is my station, NPR Pacific Radio in Connecticut. But every Sunday you can hear me in the morning at 11:30 a.m. right here. And you can actually watch me there on WESU. Hey, Cleo, good to see you. Summer, Kay, everybody. Slay, good to see you, Slay. Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to be showing some UFO or spaceship videos tonight. I think about 3 or 4 videos throughout the night. I'll be showing some really good footage that people are recording. And I've got some good stuff to show you tonight, for sure. Katie, Summer, everybody coming in. Sam, good to see you, Sam. Peace, love, and light, Marinee. Hey, Chesno, good to see you, brother. Chesno's also a commander. And when we say commander, we're all in command of our spirit, cosmically speaking. He's one of the 5 that will be going on the ship when contact happens. So say hello to Chesno. And he's my brother in light here in Connecticut. And also we got Kit Kat and also Johnny of the third kind. And then, of course, April, who's the key person for our group. There's many other 5 groups. Where ours is the main group of 5. So, say hello to everybody. Todd, good to see you. I'm also a contactee. For those that are new, I had my first encounter with space people with blue outfits when I was a kid in the 60s. And they were on a spaceship hovering above my cul-de-sac. Pink Justice, good to see you. Everybody out here, good to see you. And we're going to have a good show tonight. I think I've got all the shows caught up on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. You can check out all the shows we do here. And if you missed any of my radio shows on Sunday morning, you can also see them on my Ashtar Command Spaceship News channel. Kenneth, good to see you. Nick Ryan, everybody joining. Good evening, all the new people. Jack, welcome. JW, I see a lot of new faces. Lancer, Angel Gumaz. No. We don't get into politics here, man. No politics here. You have to go. Bye-bye. No Earth-based. We do not vote for any Earth-based candidates. Here you go. Bye-bye. No. Not here. Anywhere else but here. Good evening, you. Good to see you. Good to have you with us. Man, these Earthlings that are supporting Earth-based candidates, I say no. Oh, man, I'm telling you, Earth people are interesting. Marinee, good to see you. Hello, M. Neil. Oh, man, that one. I'm laughing just because I just spontaneously said no. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. I am a bit of a comedian. I wonder if I tell jokes on the spaceship. I'm wondering if I tell jokes to my father on the spaceship and everybody. I do have a sense. He has a sense of humor too. I'll probably you know what? When I go on the spaceship, I think I'm going to make everybody on the ship laugh. I really do. I'll probably be laughing harder than they will. We'll see. Crystal James, good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Really, it really is. It's great. It's good to see everybody here. It is a Wednesday night. We made it through hump day. Tomorrow is Thursday. Alabama, how you doing, man? Let's see. Thank you for the hat. I finally made it. Alabama UFO Ghost Magnet is in the house. Hey, good to see you, brother. Hey, Lynn948, thank you for the hat. Julie, everybody here? I'm always a happy camper, but I'm like, for some reason, the energy is like really high up there. Good to see everybody here. That's Halloween Eve, that's right. You know what happens after Halloween? The energies are going to shift. The energies are going to really, really shift after Halloween. After the 31st of October, you're going to see a good shift in energies. The energies are going to go really high up. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Everybody, Chicago, Northwest Indiana. JW, Joey, Jordan, I see here. All the people coming in. We followed you again. My first account was removed. Oh, sorry to hear that, Crystal Dreams. Good to have you back with us. Sherry, Brinks, JD, welcome. Farmer Don. Hey, Farmer Don. Anyone else seeing a lot of activity lately? Chad Hall, you're absolutely correct. There is an increase, an amp up of, I call it spaceship activity. I don't even call it UFO activity. I call it different types of spaceship activity. I'm going to be showing some videos tonight on here. Yes, it's going to be video night with the commander. I'm always, for whatever reason, I'm always guided to the right places. I'm always guided to real video footage that's new, and it's always good footage. You know, I don't post anything on my YouTube channel or on here that is fake video or CGI or AI. And now there's a new AI thing going on. It was actually for some musical thing in New York. People were going crazy or something. The thing was fake. It was not a real spaceship. And some people fell for it, you know. It was some, I guess they programmed it into above New York. They have their projector, and it made it look like a spinning spaceship or something. It was fake. You know, so I have a video from last week. I had contact, and the ship was communicating with me. Alrighty, then. This is going to be it. So, Crystal, we're going to bring you up as our first guest. I've got to bring you up. After you said that, there's no way I'm not going to sit here and let that go. Crystal, you are my first guest on here. So come on up with the commander. You're the first guest on here. Crystal. Hey, One Universal Love. I can't believe... Hey, Crystal, I'm going to get Crystal up here. And Crystal, all you have to do is press the multi-guest option and we'll bring you right up. I'm not trying to... I say, one, you continue to bypass me. It says, One Universal Love. I didn't see you. I see you now. What were you saying, One Universal Love? I'm sorry about that. I did not see you until now. I can't go live. Okay. Can you go live any time between now and the weekend? Before the weekend? Can you go live before now or between Wednesday and Friday? When can you go live? Jay Diggins TV, watch my show. Jay Diggins, tell us a little bit about what you have for the commander here on Encounters. I do see One Universal. I don't want to bypass you, so I'm going to bring you up here. And we're going to have her on here. And then we're going to go and we're going to interview a lot of folks here, I think, tonight. So we do not, you know, sometimes TikTok filters out comments. So we're not trying to bypass anybody. It's been doing that a lot lately. So One Universal, come on up. Just press the multi-guest option, press save, and you can come on up on the screen, and we'll bring you up on the show. Amina, thank you for the baseball. That's new. Oh, thank you, Cleo. All right, let me see what's going on here. We'll see. Wait a minute. Hey, Half Pint, good to see you. Evening, Camp Sparkles. Bobby, thank you. Bobby says he's been visited a few times. So I'm just going to start going in here, and all those people that are, you know, saying they've been visited, I'm going to just randomly pick somebody. Now, here's my rules of the show. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No smoking on the show. No vaping on the show. No drugs on the show. No drinking. No drunks. No drugs. No paranormal discussion on the show. No politics. And no religion. That's the rules of the show from the host. So we're going to bring up, I think, Bobby, if you want to come on up here. I think, hopefully. You have 835 followers. Just press the multi-guest option. For those that wish to come up, tell me about yourself in the comments section here. And we're not going to get into any politics here, so let's just leave all that stuff outside of the room. Oh, yes, you do. Crystal Dream, you have enough followers. You have 127 followers. As long as you have over 50, you can come up. I know this because I'm looking. It says I can invite you as a guest. Right now, I just pressed the guest option. You actually can come up. You have enough followers to come up on audio. You didn't know that, did you? So if you didn't think you had enough followers, you do. You just have to go to the multi-guest option on my screen, and it'll bring you up. You have enough followers, 127. Right now, I think the new rules are 50 and above. I wanted to ask about the ET at the basketball game. I have no idea what that's about. I've never heard about any ETs at a basketball game. Laval, good to see you. Oh, you're at work, Bobby? Okay. Well, we're on Monday through, we're on at night at 11 o'clock. Saturday night is our Ashtar Command Night with April. Friends with Prairies, 11:11. Sonia, good to see you. Man, I am amped up tonight. Hey, Bird Lover, good to see you. This is going to be a good show. Man, I am so amped up tonight. I'm going to do some interviews. We're going to bust the matrix here. And I got my apple cider. I got my New England apple cider here. And if any skeptics come in, I'm going to bust their matrix tonight, too. You know how the commander does it. You know. We're going to have a good time on the show tonight. Kenny J. Vibes, welcome to the show. Don't spill it. I'm not going to spill it tonight. Last night I did spill it, a little bit anyway. Oh, Crystal James, anybody your video? Okay, very good. Thank you for that. And then Crystal, just so you know, when you feel comfortable to come up on audio, you can. You have enough followers now. I'll look at the video too, and I'll definitely post it. Leaf says, sheesh, they're listening. I got Sally Press apple cider. Okay. So here's my deal. You know, I do this on the radio for 21 years. I've interviewed a lot of people. People have written books and everything on the subject. So tonight, we're going to find out who out there who's new here is having visitations. Is anybody new who's just found the show, and I'm glad you found the show, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media on the planet Earth, who out there is having visitations by positive extraterrestrial beings or people? Who out there is having that kind of contact? Who, what's going on here? Then I get these other things people talking about. You hacked my name. What are they talking about? What is going on here? Blessings, blessings, blessings. Hey, Donnie Francis, good to see you. Biscotti, yes, Hybrid at MGH Boston. I'm looking really happy. Being a professional talk show host for NPR Pacifica Radio, I am a professional talk show host on radio for those that are new here on Sunday mornings on WESUFM.org, Pacifica Radio. I see it says J. I'm reading it. J.Diggs.TV. Watch my show. That's a long name. I'm pretty sure I said it right. Eric Gibbs Sales, thank you for the follow. Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Cheryl, good to have you here, Cheryl. Brownsea, I think Lorenzo. Yella. Annie, welcome. I can go on and on, but we're going to get into some stuff here tonight. And again, now it is almost the end of October. There's a lot happening. I do watch videos to see where these people are interviewing people are at. I know Dr. Stephen Greer knows that things are up. I know Dr. Stephen Greer, without even talking to Dr. Stephen, Dr. Stephen Greer has a TikTok page. Email, please. Crystal, my email is CmdrAleon at AOL.com. For the TV program, it's CmdrAleon at AOL.com. Can you ask about the ET at the basketball game? I don't even know about any ET at a basketball game. I'd have never heard anything in relationship to any ET at a basketball game. If you know something about that, I have no idea. Honestly. I've seen nothing on YouTube or anything about an ET at a basketball game. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. And the bigger picture is Dr. Greer knows. I'm sure he makes a lot. Hey, look, he comes out with documentaries. He's making money on his new documentary that's coming out. There's a lot going on with Dr. Greer. But when I met him, the one thing I will say about him, I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about Dr. Stephen Greer, is that his CE5 app is really good. And for people that are newbies to how to have peaceful contact with extraterrestrial beings of peace, that application will help people. Okay, Jay, thanks. Enlightened Jess says he was my local doctor when I was a kid. I remember seeing him in person. Oh, Jess, that's pretty cool. That's very cool. So I recommend for people that are really, really wanting to have visual contact with the star people in their spaceships, a given is to get the C5 app downloaded on your iPhone or your Android phone. Everyone should get it. Because I know a lot of people don't have that app. A lot of people don't. I'm sure out of 167 people, not everybody here has the app. Kathleen Johnson, good to see you. Louise says, I have a contact before. This I saw Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, which I got to see. It was pretty cool. Thank you, Jared. It's called the C5 app, yeah. Everybody should get it. We talk about disclosure. We talk about the hearings coming up November 13th in Washington. You want disclosure, don't sit around watching PBS or whatever for the disclosure hearings. Get out there, find a place where it's quiet, use the C5 app, and make contact. You don't have to wait for some disclosure. You can all make the contact. You see, it's not a secret. It can be done. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Ginger, good to see you. Everybody out there coming in to Encounters, the No One Spiritual UFO Talk Show here on Planet Earth on social media. Welcome to the show. We are amped up tonight. Yes, indeed. And we have no idea what's going to happen. We'll hopefully get a few interviews in here. Maybe you've recorded the last couple nights something very interesting in the skies above you, and you're having a visual contact. Maybe you're a person out there watching this show for the first time, and you're having contact with visitors from another planet. They're really coming and visiting you. We want to hear that story. So join us here for another big show tonight on Encounters. We'll be on here till 1 a.m. This is a 2-hour show. Kit Kat, good to see you. 2 hours. Can you stay awake for 2 hours? That's the question. Can you stay awake between now and 1 a.m. in the morning, wherever you are? We'll see if you do. Good to have everyone with us tonight. Bobby, thanks for the follow. I texted you, I think. Yeah, Jay, I will have to take a look at that after the show. Kit Kat, hello, sister. Thank you for that. Miss E, welcome to Encounters. Everybody in here, welcome to the show. Okay. RN Nurse 73, thank you. So as you know, we're ending 2024 pretty soon. Pretty soon we're going to be ending 2024. We're going to go into 2025, and my New Year's resolution is I am ready for contact. That's my resolution. Peace, love, and understanding, and contact. That's my resolution for 2025. Hey, Kerry, good to see you. Marinee says, I had a Blu-ray make contact with me. Very beautiful, Marinee. Not Maria and Joanne, I'm sorry. Hey, Callie, Cassie, 211. Good to see you, Jim. Sun, all these names coming here. The planet who do you pick to play them? Hey, Jan. Oh, it'll be friendly, Jay. I'm with the Ashtar Command, so let me give some people some background information who are new here. Towards the end of next year, breaking cosmic news, the end of next year, there's going to be major contact on Earth. All right? I don't care if you're on Facebook, on Instagram, or YouTube with a big studio. I don't care where you are. At the end of next year, there's going to be direct contact with the people of Earth. And I am one of those people that is going to be a major part of what's happening here on a media end of it. So I'm going to explain something to those that are new to the show. I'm part of a group of 5. Kit Kat's in here. She's one of the part of our group. Chesno, who is in here. Myself and Johnny of the Third Kind. And my friend April, Friends with Fairies 1111 in Vermont. She's our main person for our group. So for new people, I'm going to spread the word now, and you need to spread the word all over the world because this is really important. We're going to be going off planet, the 5 of us. The first 5, April has been selected by the command early on this year when they came to her in Vermont. And then the three of us here, the four of us here connected with each other through TikTok, of all things. And we're all in the same region of the Northeast. So what you need to know, and I'm going to say it very clearly for the new people, because you need to spread the word all over the world, because this is where it's going to be happening, right on this TikTok here. It's not going to be happening on YouTube, not going to be happening on Instagram, not going to be happening on CNN News. It's going to be happening right here. Between now and before contact. This is going to be Contact Central. This show is going to be Contact Central, as well as my friend with Fairies, April, on her live. We're going to be the 2 sources of information for what's going to be happening. It's not going to come from channeled people on Facebook that are channeling ETs. It's going to be coming from real information here. Okay? So I want people to be prepared for next year. I want everyone to be prepared for next year. I might as well just, start talking about it more and more. Might as well get into it. So I'm going to talk about contact with all the new people. I want you to understand something very important in your life. Something that's never happened in this lifetime for 8 billion inhabitants on Earth. I've got to talk about it. I've got to start talking about it. Give me a moment. So next year, you're going to see, for new people that have been wishing to see things, you're going to see a gradual increase of spaceship sightings. I don't even call things UFOs. You will see the reverse engineered technology that's going to try to confuse people, but that doesn't mean a thing. It means nothing. You're going to start to see galactic activity above this planet more and more as we get into next year. You're going to be able to record and document some of this stuff before contact happens next year. It's not going to happen next year. It's going to happen at the end of 2025. Okay? So I'm going to get into it. I've been, for days, there are times when I wonder what I'm supposed to do once I get on the ship. Well, I'll know what to do when I get on the ship. So this is going to be a most important part of galactic history for our own planet, for this planet Earth. What is about to occur at the end of 2026 is something none of you have ever experienced. Some of you might have had physical contact already with your star families. I truly believe that to be true. I believe that. You know, that's true, Larry. The ships are coming. They are. They are, brother. So for whatever decade you were born, whether it was a decade ago or this decade or whatever decade, you're all going to see what's going to happen. Every single person on this planet. Every single one. 2026, Nina, will be the year of the contact. 2025 is going to be a very heavy increase of spaceship activity, cloaked and uncloaked. And I can tell you, and Ginger, yes, it's the C5 app, CE5 app. It's available for iPhones on the iPhone Apple and also for Android phones. You can use the app to start learning how to make peaceful contact. I recommend everybody learn how to do that now. Very important. Very important. And the more people know about this, the better. This particular program here, Encounters, on Saturday nights we have our Ashtar Command Contact Night, Q&A night, with the Ashtar Command, with myself and April. When she's able to get in here on Saturdays, she and I will give you information. So every week, and even during the show here, we will try to provide you with the best information we can. All right? Oh, good, Casey. Good to see you've done that. I want every human being on here who's watching my show to understand I am with the Ashtar Command. I'm not just a talk show host, interested in UFOs. I am one of those people of our 5 group. And Kit Kat's another person, and then Chesno, and Johnny of the Third Kind in New Jersey. And, of course, April, my friend and sister up in Vermont. We're all going to be the first 5 in groups of 5 that will be part of the group that will initiate the contact for planet Earth. So if you watch this show, you're going to be part of history. If you watch my show, you'll see everything we're saying is true. We're not wishing and hoping and praying. We're not, creating some sort of game or something. Everything I am saying to you people is real. Yes, after Halloween, the energies will shift. After the 31st, the energies are going to shift. You're going to feel that energy shift. It's going to be a big shift of energy that's going to penetrate your physical being. When that happens, you're going to feel it. And you're going to know things are shifting when you look at the stars, at the sky. Everything you know and understand will be different. Do you understand? I'm now speaking on behalf of the Ashtar Command as I speak right now. I was trying to avoid talking about this, but more and more as each day goes by, I'm excited for everyone, for our planet, for all of you. The love the Ashtar Command has for everyone here and beyond here and all the inhabitants of this planet is far more than most people can even understand yet. Yeah, we did. We had Soul Flash Crystal last week, yes. And the other thing is, we're now going to a solar maximum in 2025. That will be a solar maximum. What does that mean? For scientists, they study that. For the ones who are here for other reasons other than studying the sun, the rays of energy from the sun will increase next year. It will affect the planet. It will affect your human body, the cellular structure of your physical being, and your consciousness. Do you understand that? Yes. And as we contemplate our future as human beings on Earth, there's a lot to look forward to in your life. So I'm speaking on behalf of the Ashtar Command right now. I'm going to interview people. I will. But I have to speak this way. I have to present this information now. There will be no World War III, Richard. Nothing to worry about there. There's not going to be a World War III. All the weapons of mass destruction will be neutralized before contact. Every single weapon. Some of these leaders that have the weapons are going to be shocked that their weapons are going to be useless. The weapons are going to be neutralized and destroyed. Ginger, how will in effect this physical the increase in solar? Well, actually, if you meditate when it happens, when there are solar flares and storms, you need to absorb the energy and close your eyes and meditate. Find a place to meditate. It will elevate your consciousness. It will elevate your consciousness. Do you understand? And you're all so many beautiful beings on this planet, all of you. And you're loved more than you even know yourself. And my love for each of you is beyond words as I speak now. Lisa, the reason why is because it's a lot of energy. But allow yourself, Lisa, to, when it happens, close your eyes, take the energy and turn it into going into the physical structure of your cellular part of your body, and you can uplift your frequency with it instead of feeling drained. I do not know about giants in custody Area 52. I don't believe they are in custody. I don't think our government has giants at all. Wendy, you're most welcome. Not yet. There's a group of 5 of us that will be going together with April, a group of 4 of us plus April making 5. April has talked about this, and my sister in Vermont has talked about this extensively. There'll be a point in time, and the council on the ship months ago, with the request of April, has chosen me to be a spokesperson for the Ashtar Command before contact happens, or when contact happens. So for new people, I'm going to explain how this works. And this way, I want you to let everybody in the world know about this. You can. There's no reason why you can't. We want you to be able to do this. What's going to happen is, way before contact, I'll be going the ship with April, Chesno, Kit Kat, myself, and Johnny. We're the group of our first 5. When contact happens, I will be on the ship, and the way I understand it is the ship will be over our nation's capital on the planet. It will be over the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. When that occurs, I want you to understand something. I only learned about this since April came back from the ship. I was on her live the other night listening. That what I'll be doing is I'll be broadcasting on the ship for a few minutes, and we'll be overtaking every transmitter in the world. Every country, small or large, every broadcast system will be overtaken, and I will be actually in a spacesuit, I believe, on the ship in a control panel center, and we will be broadcasting whatever it is I'm going to be saying. It will be presented to the world that we're here, and the people will see me all over the world on the screen, all over every TV network in the world. This is real. This is true. Not making this up. And it doesn't matter if some people are like, oh, he's saying he's going to be on a spaceship talking to the people of Earth. Yes, I'm going to be on a spaceship talking to the whole planet. Lindsay says, I saw a bunch of cloaked ships on Sunday in southern Utah. They were clouds cloaked. Yes. Yes, Christy, we're on. Hey, Christy. Good to see you again. We're on most nights at 11 o'clock. Yes. Good to see you again. Again, thanks for being on the show. So I want to express the importance of this. And understand, in my whole life, growing up as a kid, the last thing before I ever knew anything about being a CmdrAleon is I was a kid like every other kid. right? Went to high school, went to school, played sports, did a number of things. Ran field and track, played soccer when I was up in Maine. The last thing I ever thought would happen in my life was that I was going to meet my cosmic family through TikTok. That's the last thing I ever thought. And everything is in place as it should be. I've come a long way from when I first got on here. And the five of us have gotten to know each other like family, like we're really tight, like family. And all the five of us have parents on the spaceship. I call it biological family, cosmic family. Not our Earth-based parents, but our cosmic parents, okay? And many of you, once you have contact, you'll get to meet your cosmic parents, I believe, too. But as we get into 2025 and we get closer, we will eventually be, out of the blue moon, be taken on board the spaceship. I'll be in the living room here doing a TikTok live, and they will open a rift, and then it's time for me to go on the ship. I don't know when that's going to happen. None of us do. But when it does happen, that's the way it's going to start. When we get towards 2026, then we're going to be on the ship to make an announcement to the planet of 8 billion human beings. That means radio, TV, every single media outlet will be overtaken by the command. All the transmitters will be taken over. Every single thing, and I know this for a fact, every single thing will be transmitting the broadcast. After that's done, official contact will happen. And the way I understand it, there'll be representatives of our first 5 group that will be walking off the spaceship. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to be over Washington, D.C. I don't know that whole logistic thing. But when it happens, it will happen. So this is the place to be on any social media. I don't care how big their studios are, how beautiful it is, how their images look, or how big their microphones are. This simple little broadcast here, this show right here, without all the big technology and all the big studios, is where you're going to get the truth. And also on April's Live, Friends with Fairies. With her and me, you're going to get the information. So it's good. Hey, Bridget, good to see you. So I'm sharing stuff that we can share now because it was public. She shared it on her live, so I'm pretty sure it's public. So you need to know this is happening. The governments of the world and all these nonsensical hearings in Washington, these so-called whistleblowers that are saying they're going to tell you the truth, they're trying to delay the truth. So let's have public hearings and get people to watch us on TV, and we're going to really tell them a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, right? And right here, you're talking to somebody who is with the Ashtar Command. I'm really with them. I'm a human being, yes. I am with the Ashtar Command. I'm here. I came here on a mission. I didn't even know what it was when I was a kid. Like any other kid, you're born here. I'm a starseed. I don't channel anything. You won't see me using crystals, pendulums. No, none of that stuff. But I will tell you that contact is coming soon. And it's no joke. No joke. I had no idea I was going to talk about this tonight, but I feel like I'm just like this energy in me. I have to talk about this. Catherine Miller, good to see you. I hope you feel better. Oh my gosh. I do hope you feel better, Catherine. Well, the timeline is still 2020. So, hey, Jay Niner, good to see you, sister. It's still 2026 until the Ashtar Command changes it, but they're still at 2026 right now. But 2025, just not to confuse anybody, is going to be the increasing of a lot of sightings. A lot of sightings. But you have to be aware, you have to be ready, you have to be focused. Aware, ready, and focused. The three things. Crystal says, I'm excited for my future. I have lots of awesome ideas, humanitarian work. Beautiful, Crystal. Very beautiful. And Pixie, we're going to bring people up here. I'm going to bring Pixie up here for her question. So I will answer your questions because I am also not only a talk show host of the number one spiritual UFO talk show, but I'm also with the Ashtar Command. And Missy Johnson, we'll get to your question too. So I'm going to start bringing up questions here. Hey, Pixie, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Commander. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing great. I'm just like, for some reason tonight, I'm just being really in my Ashtar Command consciousness, and I feel I need to talk about this stuff. Go ahead.
So, I mean, I listen to your live a lot and people's stories coming on and like from, I mean, I'm still just trying to kind of feel everything out, different spiritualities and the extraterrestrial stuff. I'm just feeling everything out. I'm pretty sure you remember I have obviously seen UFOs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
I do believe there's a lot more than what meets the eye. But from what I'm gathering, from like stories and people's experiences, specifically people who hang around in here, I'm gathering the Anunnaki and Palladians are like higher vibe, good ETs, and the Zetas are bad. Like are there are there like other like good vibe ET groups? Like what would their names like not each individual person, but the groups?
Right.
Like what are the names of the groups?
Well, you have the Andromeda, the Palladians, the Syrians. You've got the Anunnaki, and probably other. Well, there's I think an ambulance coming by. Of course there is. Yeah. And so you have a lot of different spiritual beings from other planets, and I don't know all the names. The Arcturians, yes, Kit Kat, that's right. So those Lyrians, the Lyrians are also part of that. So there's at least a dozen or more Lyrians. The Blue Avians, yes, thank you, Jen. There's a lot of them out there, and there's even ones that we don't even know yet. I'm sure the Syrians, yeah. And again, they all are part of the Ashtar Command. They're all part of the collective of the Ashtar Command. Not the Zeta. The Zeta are not part of that. The low vibe beings are the Zeta and the Reptilians. The Zeta, they messed up their world in the Zeta Reticuli system.
Are there any other like low vibes besides the Zetas and Reptilians?
Some of the Draconians in the Draco system. The thing I heard was half of the Draco system was negative and the other half wasn't. But again, that's kind of iffy. I don't know a lot more than the Draconians in that Draconian star system area, that there was another half that weren't bad and the other half that were. So, so Mistress is saying the Scarlar are positive, there's some Draconians. But yeah, we have to be very careful. But I can tell you all the ones like the Arcturians, the Palladians, the Syrians, the ones that were mentioned before are positive. And again, not to lump everything or separate everything, there is a thing called the Ashtar Command. And the Ashtar Command represents the galactic levels of light of all the planetary beings of light and all the space people of light, no matter who they are. That's the governing body, in a sense, if you want to use that word, of all the space people of light. It's called the Ashtar Command.
Okay. All right. I mean, it makes sense. I'm still trying to feel it out and see how I feel about it. I've been having quite the spiritual journey as a whole. And I do like that you say Christ consciousness and
Yes.
April has talked about how Jesus is apparently in the Ashtar Command. So like I do like that. I'm just still trying to feel everything out and hoping for the best discernment possible. I don't agree with politics or anything like that. And if anyone did follow me in here. I mean, I think you're following me. I think we're friends, and I'm friends with a
Yeah, we
couple
are.
people in here.
Oh yeah, we're friends. Yeah.
So you guys may see some of the stuff I repost. I'm kind of a rare breed of someone who doesn't quite believe we're exactly on a globe. I do think NASA lies, but I do believe in extraterrestrials. I'm kind of a rare
So let me
flat
address something here for you to give you peace of mind. There are people on Earth since the internet that want to say everything is flat. When we go on the ship, our space family will tell the Earth people that the people that are saying that, they don't know what they're talking about. All the planetary systems and every solar system in the universe are circular or oval. But there's no flat this or that. That was something presented somewhere at the beginning of this time when the internet first came about, with internet websites and internet this and internet that. Somebody said, oh, I'm going to say that the world is flat or it's square or it's this or it's that, when in fact the universe and all the universes have round circular planets with life in them.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I'm
And I'm
I'm
not I'm not coming from the perspective of the people that have been arguing. I come from off planet, so where I
absolutely
come from,
I don't like arguing with people.
yeah,
I have big trust issues with our government. I have big trust
you
issues
should.
as a whole, and so unless I experience something personally, I'm not quick to believe anything. Like I
Right.
try to keep an open mind.
Right, you should. I'm here to bust the matrix, so I don't believe anything anybody says in the government. But the one thing that is true, regardless of our space agencies, planetary systems are round and they're not flat. Other than that, they're all lying. They're liars. They're not telling you the truth. But
Okay.
your questions are good ones. I appreciate all your questions. Yeah, good ones.
Well, thank you. I try. I have a lot of questions for pretty
I know you
much
do.
everything. I I yeah, I won't say one way or the other if I fully agree. I mean, if I have any personal experience where something tells me or shows me, look, this is how this is. Okay, great. I've seen it with my own
Yeah,
eyes. Now I
yeah.
know
You
it's
you want to
true,
see it? Yeah.
but like yeah. I'm just gonna
No,
leave it at that.
no. You're good. And you're living in a time when we have the contact. And when the Astro Command, which I am part of, makes contact with the people of Earth, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to change your perceptions of reality. And that goes for everybody out here. Whatever your perceptions of reality are based on your learning experience on Earth through textbooks, through high school, through college, whatever it was, or not even going to college, I'm telling you, what's going to happen next year into the beginning of 2026 is going to change the course of human history as you know it. It will.
I do believe that. I do know for sure big things are happening. That I feel in my soul.
Yeah, see?
I feel like so much. I don't even know how to explain what I'm feeling, but like I'm feeling intense feelings that
Yeah.
things are happening, and like I have dug into conspiracies since I was 13 years old, so 20 years or what
Wow.
have you. I've been just, not necessarily digging, but I started stumbling onto things when I started using the internet at like 13
Yeah.
years old, and
Yeah, see?
from that point forward, I've just kept an open mind. And then that first experience of seeing a UFO, which is why I do say like I'm a rarer flat earther, if you will. I do believe in extraterrestrials. I don't think it's just Project Bluebeam, because that first one I really remember seeing where it was like a giant, and when I say giant, so it was close, but it wasn't like one of those tiny orbs where people post those videos. Like actually, that lady last night showed that video with the tiny little orbs going through that house.
Yeah.
I have a dusty home. I've tried to pick up stuff that, you know, I have a very dusty home. There has not been any orbs floating around my home on video, no matter how I try to capture video or whatever, to see, are there things around me or what have you? No, there's nothing in those videos. And I have a very dusty home, so if it was dust, you know, I would think if dust was going to show up on a camera and look like an orb, if any house would have that happen, it would be mine. Like it's
Yeah, yeah,
dusty. I
yeah.
don't dust frequently. I'm not
Right,
good at that. And I
right.
have a cat and yeah, so there's definitely little fuzzies that float through the air sometimes and all that. Like so but this thing, it was close. I mean, it was in the sky, but it was close and it was big enough for me to think it could have possibly been the sun, but it wasn't. And it was orange, a pinkish orange color, and it was emitting light. Like it didn't have lights. It was a light, if you will. And it was like
Hmm.
a very, very large ball orb thing.
Hmm.
Like, I don't, if it was a hologram, where the heck was it projecting from?
Mm.
And I can't say it was a reverse engineered government craft. Like, I know we have
Well,
technology that
so
can be
so
mistaken for UFOs.
you could, but you could have had someone just said it in the room. Lindsay said it might have been your star family visiting you. It could have been. Have you
Or
ever
one of
thought
the
of that?
people I was with, Star Family. I'm not really sure. I didn't get any type of negative vibes from
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The person saying it might have been your star family. You might want to meditate. Um, you might want to meditate and go within and do some breathing exercises when you have a chance, and just try to connect with the image of that ship and use telepathy to communicate with them and ask them, are they Christed star family, and see what the response is. It might not happen right away, but I would suggest doing that.
Yeah, if anything flees at the name of Christ, it's not welcome to communicate with
Right.
me. I can say that
Absolutely.
much.
Yeah, absolutely. You see, just if they don't connect in the Christ energy, then don't communicate with them. But that's your way of knowing. Now that ship that was there at your location, if you felt good vibe energies from it, then make the attempt to use telepathy to communicate with them.
I mean, it was such a long time ago, but I've been so far from grounded. It's not even funny. Like my anxiety levels, like I let this world get to me far too much. Don't I don't go within enough. I mean, I've been starting to again. Like I've been on quite the spiritual journey recently. Um and I don't know, man. The things I'm feeling and experiencing are intense and have been enough to move me to tears, like tears of joy at times, tears of just I'm sorry I've been so awful to myself. Like um I've been learning to love myself, which is something I've struggled with because of trauma, and I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
Well,
It's all pretty
meditation.
crazy.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you have a lot of energy in you. You have your mind going a mile a minute. Your brain is actually going a mile a minute. I read energy.
Oh
So you
yeah.
need to allow yourself to calm your mind down. So sometimes you have to say to the mind, I'm going to turn you off so I can calm down. And then if you meditate and think of the Christ or frequencies of light, you might be able to know how long ago that ship appeared. If you felt connected to the beings on that ship, you can attempt to make telepathic communications with them.
I I I wouldn't go as far as to say they could have been my star family. Maybe it's possible, and I was doing things at that time that shall not be mentioned. But I again was not the only one who saw it. It could have been
Right.
someone else's star family. I personally did not feel a connection to them. I didn't get any bad feelings for whatever
Right.
it was. I thought it was really cool. But
But you
I
know
wouldn't
what?
say
But
I
the, no, but you'll
connected.
never know. This is the thing, Vixie. You can watch somebody walking on a mountain, climbing on a trail, and say, oh, "I'd like to do that." And they're climbing on the trail. You're watching them climb. And say, "I don't know if that's something I would be connected with." But they're climbing that trail, or they're going walking towards the beach to get near the water, and you're saying, well, I'd love to do that, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I don't know if I'm not connected to the water. You're never going to know until you take a leap of faith in yourself and do it. It might not be your star family, but you don't know that because you've never tried to do it, right?
Right.
If you did, so you need to take a leap forward and not be afraid to do it and see what happens.
Okay. I
That's my
I
advice.
I will do my best. I've been working on trying to ground myself and raise my vibrations and be a better person as a whole. Um, I mean, I've never been like too awful of a person. I mean, I've been very awful to myself, but as far as to other people, I haven't been as bad as some. I know that much, and I've been
Well,
trying
here's the
to
deal.
get
Don't
better.
ever think of you. You got to stop thinking of yourself. Now, I can't tell you how to think. You got to let go of that. All you have to do is let go of it and say, "I'm a Christed being of light. I'm a beautiful person inside and out, and I'm worthy." And all those things. And as you do that, as we go into the new year of 2025, the other thing is to get yourself ready with every other human being on the planet for direct contact with our space people. So it's really important that people work on self-love and realize that you have a community of people on my show that love you, that love each other, and that we're bringing people from all over the world together on encounters because we are going to have this contact. We are going to have this relationship. And it's really important that people, yeah, work on themselves if they need to, of course, and realize that you're a whole person, that you're worthy, and whatever your mind tells you, sometimes you have to tell your mind to stop it. Because your mind tells you
Absolutely.
those things. You need to learn to turn your mind off and tell it, no, I'm in control here. I am worthy, and stop doing what you're doing. That's it.
I agree. My mind has been my own demise many times, many times throughout my life. So, yes,
All right.
it's something I've been definitely working on and am still working on.
All right. Well, I know there's a lot of people wanting to get up here. I want to thank you for coming up here.
Thank
And
you for having
I
me.
want you to absolutely, and I know you'll work on making that connection, and however you do it, the telepathic contact, you'll be able to do it, and whatever time amounts it takes, it doesn't matter how
I
much time
mean,
it takes.
I've been seeing things like outside of UFOs recently. I've been seeing things, nothing like too intense or what have you, but I've been experiencing some things recently, and I'm not schizophrenic or any of those diagnoses. And
Okay.
so
Well,
it's,
we'll keep in touch. I mean, we'll keep you on here in terms of the show, but I appreciate
yes,
everything, and I'm gonna let some other folks get in here. We're gonna get some sharing as well. You are our first guest, so I appreciate you coming up, and
thank you.
I thank Pixie for being here. Let me do
Thank
this slowly. We'll bring her down, and let me see who we have here. Thank you, Pixie. We appreciate her. Nacho Danny, and then Mish Mish. Again, you have to be over 18, no foul language, no kids on the show, no drugs on the show, no smoking on the show, no vaping, no drunks on the show, no religion, no politics, and no paranormal discussion. Nacho Danny, welcome to Encounters. Hello? I guess not. All right. Sometimes that happens. So, as we were saying before, it's really important that people get prepared for next year, for what's happening. We're definitely going to be getting into more heavy, amped up energies on the planet. And not only that, we're getting to a point where, there'll be the beginning of more spaceships being seen all over the planet. A lot of ships. I was reading some of the comments Some people thought they saw my family visiting me. All I see is my background here, here on Encounters. And I see all of you. Well, you know, this is really the very important thing. Excuse me. You know, and thank you, Pixie, again for coming up here and sharing some of what you're going through. We definitely appreciate it. You know, we're going to show, I want to show a video tonight. Let's see, where is it here? I'm going to show a video. This is a plasma ship that was recorded. Let me see, where is it here? Let me see if we can do this. Okay, let's do this here. And we're going to show you some footage, if I can get to it here. Okay, here we go. The first thing I'm going to show you here is from Spain from a few nights ago. A USO under the water. And we're going to show everybody this video. We're going to, from time to time tonight, show you a few different of the latest footage of what I call various types of spaceships that people are recording around the planet. We're going to show you one from Spain that I thought was very impressive. And it's moving below the surface off the coast of Spain in Tarraf, Spain, on the coast. We'll be showing you that in a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you now. I'm going to turn the lights off. This will be the first video for tonight. We're going to go back and forth for videos. I'm going to go on my other screen here. Okay. And in just a moment, we will show you this footage. This is from Spain. And let me just do this here. Okay, let me make sure we got this all set. Give me a second. We'll have this in a minute for you. You're going to see a video right now. This is from Spain. And this object was seen off the coast of Spain. Right below the surface. It looked like a circular object. You'll see it again. This happened a few nights ago. See it again. Right there. This is a real video. Person captured this luminous object right off the coast. And this is for entertainment purposes only. This is for entertainment purposes only. Again, everyone's going to get to see this. Entertainment purposes only. And it is round. Okay? I'm going to show you another video in a minute. Man, you're going to love this. I'm going to show you another video. I mean, it's for entertainment purposes only. Give me a moment. We're going to go back to the green screen. I'm going to get to the other video in a minute here. And you're watching Encounters. I'm going to show you another video. Give me a moment here. I'm also going to play the audio for this video. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to play the audio for this video. Then I'm going to show you. This is a plasma ship. I'm turning the volume up. And here, you'll be able to hear what they say. Yeah, I got the speaker on here. Hopefully. Wait a minute. I'm going to show you this again. Here it is. And you hear the audio.
Oh my God, it really is. Ryan, it really is.
This is for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. This is a plasma ship. It was just taken the other night, last night.
It looks crazy. It looks crazy.
Okay? For entertainment purposes only on encounters. I'll show it again for a little bit.
Oh my God, it really is. Ryan, it really is. It's literally twinkling all types of lights.
The old videos are for entertainment purposes only.
It looks crazy. It looks crazy.
For entertainment purposes only on encounters, one more time, for new people just coming in here. This is a plasma spaceship.
Oh my God,
Recorded in Colorado
Ryan,
last night.
It's literally twinkling all types of lights. It looks crazy. It looks crazy.
Okay, I'm going to go back to another spaceship. Then you're watching Encounters. This is our video segment. And we're going to show you some more spaceships. And we're going to go to another one here.
I understand that there are millions of them.
Okay, hold on a minute. We can go to some other ships here. And let me see. This one, let's see which one I want to show you here. This one, this was from Lake George, New York. We'll show you this one right now. And you'll hear the audio from it on. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Like, do you see how it looks like? It doesn't look like a light.
Again, it's a little bit grainy, but that's because of the energy from the spaceship.
14 minutes. Look, oh my, look at this. Tell me this doesn't look like a spaceship. Come on.
Totally does. Well, it doesn't show up very good on my phone. I can't believe it says. It looks like it's getting closer.
Lake George, New York, October 24th.
Come on, spaceship. Take photo.
Okay. That's that. Let me turn the lights back on here. You're watching Encounters, and I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Be right back. Would you hear flip the camera? So I want to show you a few. There's a lot of footage I'm getting now. A lot of videos are being sent to me. I'm getting a lot of footage from all over the place. These are real people videotaping real spaceships. Colorado, just the other night, that blue plasma craft. Lake George, New York, October 24th. They saw a spaceship, like a very colorful ship. The object that was just recorded a couple of days ago in the evening in Spain, off the coast of Spain, in a place called Tarif. I think it's called Tarif or something like that. That's just a few of the things that are going on in terms of spaceship activity on our planet. including in the oceans and the waters below. You're going to see more of that, and because I'm a media person, I will show you the best footage, regardless of where it comes from. I want people to know that these things are real, and when on encounters, we will show at least 2 or 3 videos as we get them, and we'll give you some video footage here so you can see, as we talk about these things, you can see that the spaceships are here, that there's more of them coming. They're all different types of spaceships. Not one is the same as the other. Just a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on right now. Interesting, Larry. You were with your wife up there on the 20th. Yeah, upstate New York, that's in the Adirondack area. There's a lot of activity. I've said it a long time ago that there is definitely a space base in the Adirondack Mountains. I don't know where it is, but there is a space base in the Adirondack Mountains. Absolutely. And there's a lot of activity. Many things are going to start happening. You're going to start seeing we have a lot of galactic portals around our planet that open and close when they wish to close and open. You know, we don't know exactly where all these portals are, but they are around our planet, off planet. And many of the ships that are coming from other planetary systems are going through these galactic portals or wormholes. They go through the wormholes, they get here, the portal opens up, and the ships come in. That's how it works. Pretty amazing. Well, I don't think one can just open a portal up, but they do exist in certain parts of the world. There are portals everywhere. I've never shared this, but at the end of my show, there's a portal that's already open in front of me that I have to close at the end of the show. Nothing gets in the portal, nothing comes in from it, but I have to close it up at the end of the show. That's how much energy I have. I've never really mentioned that before, but yeah, I do that at the end of every show. I do that. I close this portal, and it's well protected that nothing comes in that shouldn't be here. But it's a very high vibrational portal. Without question. Hope you're all having a great night out there. I am too. It's a little after 12 midnight on the East Coast into a Thursday morning. We're almost near the weekend, everybody. The Bay City Mall incident. Oh, yeah, I heard about the Bay City Mall. You know, the one in Florida. I think you're talking about Florida. I think, Lucas, you're talking about Florida. Yeah, I have not. When it happened, I paid a little bit of attention to it. I think it's overrated. The Miami thing is overrated. I don't really focus on it. There's other things that are way more important right now. I think there's a lot of things happening that are way more important than that. That was just one event in that part of the world. And there's still a lot of controversy over it. So we kind of try to focus beyond that. That happened a few months ago. We basically, there were people really jumping on that thing, and I wasn't. I was focusing on other stuff that was more important than Florida in terms of that event. And it might be, but you have to take what people say with a grain of salt in terms of a portal opening up in the wall. We really don't know what happened with that, and I don't really think we ever will. I never really tuned in on it much to really look at it, you know? I never really kind of tuned into that too much. No, I haven't seen him on lately. I know they had the hurricane, and I think he was in that area. I've not seen him, Lacey, on at all recently. Kitty Mama, thank you for the pumpkin. We appreciate it. Could be. No way of knowing, you know. Cheso's doing good. He was in here before. Cheso, are you still here? MW was asking for you. Kitty Mama, thank you for the roses. Mike Masters, good to see you. Hey, Justin, thank you for the roses as well. And we're almost at 100,000, and we're not even near 1 o'clock yet. So thank you for all the hearts out there. We appreciate them very much. Thank you. So as we're going into this whole realm of, and it's great everyone's asking questions because, you know, the commander will give you some answers if I know them. I know most of my cosmic answers. I don't know everything. Like anybody else, there's things that I just don't know that I'm learning about. When you stop learning, you're in trouble, right? Brenda, thank you for the hat. Tahar. Thank you. He's been all over the earth and beyond. Wendy M. Hey, Wendy M. Thank you for the mustache, with the hat. So, I think it's the Deontay Moore, I think it is. Well, they're already here. The space people are here. Deontay Moore. We're looking again an increase of spaceship activity. My cat's going somewhere. Where you going there, kitty? So we're looking for increased activity into next year. So whatever you've seen this year or haven't seen, next year is going to be a year of increased activity. Like I said, towards the end of 2025, there will be direct contact. So people need to spread the word about Friends with Fairies 1111. Get to know my friend, my sister April in Vermont. She's a beautiful soul, and she comes off the she goes on the ship and comes off the ship many times, over 100 times already. I can't even keep count anymore. But you'll learn a lot about when she comes off the ship, what's happening off planet. She is a direct contact. She's an Astar commander, as well as myself. In a different way, I command the intergalactic communications on the ships. But she's in command of her own spaceship off planet, which she actually talked about. They had her in the control of the ship, and she was able to move it and actually operate the spaceship. She's been trained in that area. Pretty beautiful thing. Me, I deal with intergalactic communications on off planet between all the galactic civilizations of light. I'm looking at the comments here. Sean says, do you think they're meddling with our politics because it feels like a lot of people are brainwashed? Do I feel who's meddling with our politics? Sean. Sean, I mean. Hey, good lass. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for the likes. We appreciate it. Hey, Voice of One. I see you. Welcome. I'm reading a lot of comments tonight here. I'm looking at comments. Hey, Money Time. Good to see you. Welcome. Skyhawk, welcome to the show. Please share and like. If you know people that you think should be here, please share and like right now. That's the key thing. And new people, this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon of the show, nightly at 11 o'clock till about 1 a.m., a 2-hour show here on the TikTok. And the cat's just laying there relaxing. Now the cat's going bye-bye. Bye, Missy. We'll see you later. Todd, aka Yamato. So the reason why they are here, they have visited here, they've been visiting here for billions of years, but direct contact, more apropos to your question, is it wasn't time yet for direct contact with the whole planet the way it's going to be done. Now the Astro Command is here. They're preparing for contact with the whole planet, and everything's going very smoothly at this point. This is the time, Todd. Todd, to answer Todd's question in the audience, this is really the time for contact. It's a divine timing. So we're in the divine timing of contact in 2026, and 2025 will amp us up towards 2026. Laura says, so Laura, tell me, you saw a ship and no one was going to believe you. I feel like I keep feeling a presence in my apartment. Let's see here. Shauna, I think we're going to bring you up and interview you. Shauna, come on up on Encounters, the No One Spiritual UFO Talk Show days. Good to see you. And I want to ask you a few questions. Find out what's happening. Good evening, Shauna. How are you?
All right.
Oh, good. So tell us, I'm a little bit confused, but only a little bit confused because I don't know the whole story. Tell us what's happening in your house or your home or...
Okay. I've lived here alone for like 17 years and I'm never afraid. And like the last week, I've been hearing noises and like I just feel really scared and then like scared to my stomach and I don't know what the noises were. And then tonight when I came home from walking my dogs, I walked in and I thought I seen like something in the kitchen like just disappear. And then I heard a noise a little while ago and then I got really anxious, like really anxious, anxiety like type in my stomach. I could just feel so anxious and then it went away. But I've also had a very long history with like ghosts
Yeah, but
from
we don't get into the paranormal. That's the only thing we don't do here.
right.
Just to let you know. So we have to stay away from
So
that
I
because we
don't
don't
know
do
if
that.
it was like my problem is like aliens, like a presence of an alien or like another spirit type. But have you ever heard of Hat Man?
What's it called?
Hat Man?
I've never heard of Hat Man at all.
Oh, can you Google it when you get off the show or tomorrow when you have time?
Yeah, I can take a look at it. I just to be clear, because you probably didn't know this, but we keep all the paranormal stuff out of the show because we just don't get into it.
Okay, well, you should still Google Hat Man anyways. That way
All
you'll
right,
know.
we can take a look at that.
So I don't know what's going on.
All right. Well, I don't know either, but if it is ETs, you can figure that out by asking them, are they extraterrestrials?
And how do they answer?
They'll answer you. If they are extraterrestrials, then what you
Oh,
have to do...
hell no. That will scare me. I'm old. I'll probably have a heart attack if something
No,
answered me.
well, the thing is, if you want to know the truth, you have to ask the question. It's not, you're skidding around the whole thing. What's happening is, if all these things are, let's say, extraterrestrial, you need to communicate and find out who they are. First of all, the first thing you need to do is say, I'm a Christed being of light. I'm a Christed being of light. And if you're not a Christed being of light and you're some sort of an ET with other motives, you must leave this house. That's all. Very simple.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I will try that if I keep hearing it. But yeah, it's really weird because I've never felt scared like this. It's kind
But
of
if
like a
you
different
my
paranoia.
my friend my friend Ashley said If you go on to TikTok to Paranormally Correct, she's on live. She deals with the paranormal subjects. I didn't know who she is, but you can ask her and she can tell you. If it's
Oh,
ET, that's my area, but I don't get into paranormal though.
oh, okay.
All right. Okay,
Thank
Shauna.
you.
All right, you're welcome. Let me bring her down here. Yeah, we don't get into paranormal here. And thank you, Ashley, for that. Yes, and also smudge your home too. Yeah, Mary, you're right. Yeah, and that's also ask it to leave. Yeah. Good. So for new people here, I'll just let you know, we don't know who they are. I don't even know. I didn't have enough time to spend with her to know what's happening. But yeah. Yeah, the Anunnaki would not do that. And I know that just from talking to Ray and Mary down up in the Appalachians. I would just friendly disagree with that. Paranormal is not ET. Paranormal is paranormal. ET is cosmic, galactic, extraterrestrial, space-related. Paranormal subject matter, I just stay away from it. I don't want to mix it up ever. And also, concerned with the Astral Command, I really don't want to mix it up. It's like putting tomato soup in apple cider. There's no way I'm going to drink it. No way. We got to 100,000 already. That's amazing. Thank you, everybody. DBB, spaceships a lot of them are cloaked all over. Maria, I probably do have your video. I just have to wait till I get off my live in order to look at it. But I will definitely look at it. Oh yeah, the Anunnaki, many space people, Palladians, Anunnaki, Lyrans, they all have come to Earth in the billions of years of Earth history. Absolutely, they've all come to Earth. Space beings have come and gone, and the reason is they all had an influence on our planet. They all lived here at one time. They came from their own planets to here. It's ET being looked at as paranormal. No. ET extraterrestrials are not looked at as paranormal. There might be individual people that think they are paranormal, but they're not. There's a big difference. Well, I'm glad to meet you, my friend. Laura, we're glad to meet you too. Welcome to Encounters. We're on usually about 11 o'clock at night for about 2 hours. So we're on here. Maria Sanchez. Okay. I will definitely look at the Maria when I get off here. I'm going to go right to my email and look at the videos. Oh, it's in March. Very good. So that was only a few months ago, Maria. So we'll have to take a look at those. Bert says, when space people come, will all of them look human? Yes. Well, most of them will look human. One of the races will look beautiful with like a cat kind of face, but most of them will look human. Laura's in Canada. Good to see you. Let's see here. DBB, I heard the Anunnaki were bad, same as the Greys. Nope, you're incorrect. The Anunnaki are good. The Zeta are the ones that are low vibe ETs. The Anunnaki are beautiful human beings, about 9 or 10 or higher. My friends Ray and Mary in the Adirondacks. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring them up here because my friends Ray and Mary have contact with the Anunnaki up in the Appalachian Mountains. But the Anunnaki are good. It's the Zeta that are bad, not the Anunnaki. See, and there's a lot of different information on the internet about the Anunnaki. Most of it is untrue. But the Anunnaki are very beautiful beings, very beautiful people. Hello, Mary and Ray. How are you?
Hi, Commander. How you doing tonight?
You're doing good. How's the Anunnaki family doing?
Oh, they're doing excellent.
Yeah? Have they had breakfast lately with you or dinner?
No, but check this out. So we've had this problem with somebody coming in our house when we're gone.
Yeah.
and we went into town, which is like 20 miles from here,
Yeah.
and this bright light kept flashing like an amber color, right? And I'm going, why is that flashing an amber color? So
Hmm.
we're coming towards the house, and all of a sudden it starts flashing even faster. I'm going, babe, that's
Hmm.
over our house. That's the one that sits
Yeah.
above our house. And I think they're warning us that there was people in the house and to get back
Really?
here. Yeah,
Really? Can you turn
yeah.
your camera on? Are you able to do that? Are you on the planet? You have camera capabilities there, Mary? There you go. Hey, Mary. Hello, Ray and
I,
Mary. So when they were telling you, the Anunnaki were telling you to get back to your house because there were people in the house. Yeah, it's a little bit of lag
we
with
went
TikTok tonight. It could be the room you're in.
here, and we're with some people that had bad intentions. So
Yeah.
the scouts were flying around the van protecting us from 'em.
What was flying around then? The spaceship?
I have a yep, I have a picture of a little ship flying around our van.
Wow. Did did you see the people that were in your house? Were they people? What was going on?
No, I didn't see anybody, but somebody's here. We just haven't caught him yet.
Okay. How did they find out about your location?
I have no idea. I don't know who it
Do
is.
you
I don't
think
know what they're doing here, but
it's government?
I don't know.
No, I have
But
no. I'm not suggesting it is. So I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out the question.
but I hate to tell
Do you
them they
have
better be careful because well, testified to protect us.
do you have
So they better be
do
careful
you have
who's ever coming in here.
do you have cameras? Like Friends with Prey, she has cameras and she can document everything. Do you have any cameras hooked up outside, or
No, no.
you need to get some cameras? You and Ray have to get cameras hooked up. You can document
Yeah.
everything with the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I recommend the
It's
next
getting
time
a
you're in
little
town,
ridiculous.
get some get, get some cameras. Or one camera, or even
I
two.
thought that was pretty cool though. They were warning us. You know what I mean? Like that was the only one in the sky too. Everybody had to have seen that. Because at first it was like really bright white and then it went to
Yeah.
flash and amber to get our
Wow.
attention.
Yeah, that's. I
I
think.
thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You're well protected by the Anunnaki. You are protected. I wonder if those people saw the ship
Oh
that
yeah.
was over here. I'm sure they did.
Oh man, I'm sure everybody's seen it. That's how bright it was. It's like it lit up the sky
Thank you,
to
Kit
get our
Kat.
attention.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, the Anunnaki have a base in the mountains where you are. So thank you. Tahar. They have a base in the mountains. I have to do that whenever I get a hat. I have to say the word Tahar. If you give me a hat, I will say the word Tahar. I promise you. If I forgot to say it, hey, thank you, Kitty, for the roses. But it's definitely you and Ray are very well protected, and I think I can't wait till they come off the ship and actually decloak fully for you and Ray and sit down. Maybe they don't want a cup of coffee. Maybe they want a donut or something. They'll sit down and they'll say, we are. Hopefully they won't break your chair. They'll sit down and they won't hit your ceiling, and they can have some food. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Yeah, I'll have to
What do I know?
So the other thing is,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're outside, or we get in our car, it's a blue orb that protects us, the whole car and everything.
Yeah. Wow. So the blue orb protects you no matter where
Yeah.
you go. It's with you. Well, yeah, they have smaller type
Yeah.
orbs that can follow you from the ship. They know what they're doing. I think some of these orbs are consciousness
And
of their own.
I swear we're not driving. I swear we're
Mhm.
not driving. We're like floating. We feel like we're floating on the road, not like
I
driving.
believe it.
Like we don't feel bumps, nothing.
No,
It's pretty
that's
cool.
right. Like you were saying, Mary. Mary's saying you're important. You and Ray are important, and you're important to the mission because you are part of the mission. Where you are up in the not Adirondacks, up in the Appalachian Mountains. I keep thinking about the Adirondacks because there are bases up in the Adirondack Mountains that are of light. Very interesting.
So, by the way,
Well, we got
did
about
you what the sun did
yeah.
to me yesterday?
You're
So
breaking
the
up.
sun
Are you having
was
trouble?
on my pants
Okay, now I can see you
coming.
moving. Okay, a little bit better. I think it's the
Okay.
wherever you're positioned
So
your phone.
the other day, the sun was on my left hand side. We're driving. In a sec, it went to my right hand side, and it made our brain spin. Like it took us a couple hours to come back out of that spinning feeling. But
Hmm?
if it happened to anybody, be ready. It's gonna feel like cocaine in your brain or skull, okay? But don't be scared
Yeah.
of it. I'm not sure why it did that, but I'm sure it's gonna start happening to a lot of people.
Well, can you explain it again? You were freezing before about spinning.
Yeah, so when the sun moved, when it changed real fast and went to my right side, it was like our brain was moving in our heads, like spinning. Like
Yeah.
we're on a roller coaster or something real fast. And
Right.
we were like that for like a couple hours. So I just want to let everybody know if that happens, don't freak out. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, but it will make your head spin for a minute.
Yeah, and I think it'll happen to some people. Of course, not everybody will have that experience. They might have a different experience, but whoever's going to have it, it's good for them to know, as you're saying, that they might feel that effect, like vertigo.
I think it's going to start happening a lot more. People are going to start seeing that a lot more, like to where the sun just moves in a heartbeat.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy coming now. Next year, the sun is going to be intense with the maximum, the solar maximum. That's
Right.
going to be crazy. So you can all hear trains in the background.
So, Commander, you never did tell us how big your watermelon got.
They never got big. I ended up having rabbits get into my micro farming area where the watermelons were. I will not have that next year. I'm going to have a wire fence higher than rabbits can jump, and it's going to be in an L shape, and I'll keep them out. I never got there.
Yeah. Mine didn't turn out either.
The rabbits got them.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Right.
Yeah,
gotta feed the animals too, so.
Our nurse is giving you some gifts there, Half-Pint. You're getting a bunch of pumpkins. You're going to have to cut the pumpkins open. Yeah, they can dig out their fences, but my fence is going to be one they can't dig under. I'm going to make sure that it's force field proof by the commander next year.
Right. That's what I want to put as like a greenhouse.
Yeah. Your greenhouse and all that. And it's really important. We talked about earlier about how contact is going to come soon. I talked about the 5, I think Kit Kat's still here, about our 5 group with, Friends with Furries, April. And I think next year at some point, you're going to hear from each of us, Kit Kat, myself, Johnny, and Chesno. When we go off the ship, we'll have things to bring back to tell you. They'll tell us what we can say. They'll probably tell us what we can share. So we're very excited now because we're getting close to next year. And that's when things should start happening. pretty soon, I think. You know, my parents
You know,
are
I think it's
galactic
going to
parents on
happen
the ship.
sooner for you guys.
You think so?
I think it's going to happen sooner than next year, yeah. Yeah, I
What
think
makes you
things are
think that?
speeding up a little bit.
Hmm.
I don't know, I just
You
get
know,
this feeling
I would,
like things are moving
my
a little
father always,
faster.
my father Robar on the ship, people always tells me to be patient. So I am patient. So, you know, maybe it will happen sooner. I don't know. But your host, the commander, will have information to
No,
tell you
you
once I
can't
come
wait.
back from the ship. Yeah. Kit Kat's right here. Kit Kat
You know, you
and
can't
I, we
wait.
know we, you know, we want, you know, we're ready. We're ready, steady, so to speak. And, you know, a lot of you have Star Family. You will meet them. It'll happen. I mean, could you imagine living on the planet all these years? I grew up in the 60s. And, you know, I'm like, okay, all these things I'm thinking about now. You know, I have my biological Earth parents. They're no longer here. I have a brother who's out in New York State. We don't really talk that much. We're totally different people. And then my brother doesn't even know that I'm going to be going off planet because we don't really talk. If I was to call him up and say, you know what, you know, brother, I'm going to be going off Earth soon, I don't know what he would say. You know, it's pretty far out to think that he would even
You know, I
understand
thought
it.
about doing that. I thought about doing that to brother and sister, but I think it would freak them out
Yeah,
if I called them and
yeah.
said, "Hey, man, I'm going."
Hey, I'm going off planet soon, and the Anunnaki are going to be having me come on their ship soon. You know, it's just the way it is. You know, that's the way life is. Some of us, in every family, there's somebody who's the star seed. It can be one or two people. But I noticed everybody who comes from a family here that I've interviewed has a star family. They have some kind of connection to the stars. I'm not just talking physical stars. I'm talking star people, spiritual beings of light.
I think star seeds are always the black of the family.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they're always the one that has problems or something about the family that they didn't like, or they
yeah.
felt like they were adopted, felt like I was 5 years old. So I knew I didn't belong there.
Yeah, right. Certainly, you know, in that case. Well, I'll tell you, we're getting up towards 1 o'clock. We might do some maybe more interviews here. I don't know. It's been a great evening. It's been interesting. Way different than I thought I was going to be tonight. I thought I was going to be interviewing a lot of people. The astral energies hit me really hard, and I had to start talking about contact. So, all right, Half Pint, Mary, say hello to Ray for me. Keep us in tune with what's happening, and you know, put some security cameras out there. Can you hear me? You might. I think you're going off planet because your audio's. I can hear you now. So get some security cameras the next time you're in town. Get one or two.
Okay, and by the way,
shaking. Okay, there you go.
I think your star
Yeah.
family's standing there with you.
How'd you know that? Because I don't feel anything.
Because
Can
I
you
seen a
explain that?
flash, and then all of a sudden you brightened up. Like I don't know, it's just a flash, and then you brightened
When did
up
that-
like you just got all
Really?
this
When did-
energy all of a sudden.
When did that happen?
You'll see it if you go back and look. Right when your light started messing up.
Really? Did anybody else see that? So you're saying you saw potentially my star family visiting me?
Yeah. You lit up as soon as they came in.
Really?
Your face did. Like, woof. You started glowing, yeah.
Really? Interesting. I thank you for that. I just so pay attention to the audience here. I wasn't even paying attention to that happening. I'll have to review the video now. I'll have to review
Well,
the
remember
whole thing.
you said you had a burst of energy, right?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, earlier I had a burst of energy. Yeah,
energy, right?
yeah. It could be the guards
That
too. I
was
have
it
guards
coming
here.
in.
Well, I have Ashtar Command guards. Kit Kat's right.
Yep.
Who's in the audience? I have Kit Kat guards here. I mean, I have Kit Kat guards. I have Kit Kat guards. I have guards here from the Ashtar Command that are with us. You know, I have a bunch of Kit Kats here. Yeah, with probably the guards. You know. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I'll tell you. It's been one of those nights. But yeah. Also, people should have
Right.
people check out Friends with Furries. If she's on after I get off, everybody check her out at Friends with Furries. I don't know if she's on right now or not, but if she is, I'll be making a video tonight or tomorrow morning for Saturday night. Saturday night is Ask Per Command night with myself, and hopefully April, if things work out, we'll have her on Saturday evening. It's all about Ask Per Command, you know. Thank you, Catherine. I'm even funny when I don't try to be.
And
you know?
you
It's kind
guys
of interesting
don't.
that way.
You guys don't forget about the Flash. Not to worry about it. But we're still not sure when it's going to happen. But when we know, we'll let you know.
Yes, indeed. That'll be good. And again, when I get off now in a few minutes, everybody, if Kit Kat's on, if April's on, Friends with Furries 1111, go down to Friends with Furries channel and join it if she's on. And I don't know if she's on now or not, but I'm going to check and see after I get off of here. And then if she's not on, I'm going to sleep. I want to thank everyone for being here. It's almost 1 a.m. So I want to thank you, Mary, again, and say hello to Ray for me. Love and light to everybody out there.
Okay, thank
For another
you.
great show. And we're going to let you go on the Anunnaki ship with Ray. Make sure that you say hello to your Anunnaki friends. And we'll see you later, Mary, for sure. Let's see.
Bye. Thank you, Command.
All right, we'll let her go. The universe is, good here. But my energy is now starting to fade a bit here, so I think it's time. What did you say that we're coming back? 2026 is the year of contact. 2026, 2025, things will amp up. In 2025, things should amp up around the planet, and then 2026, contact. So before I totally fade, I mean, it's amazing. I went from my energy was so amped up before when I got on here because I had a message to share. So before I lose that, do I eat green beans? I like raw green beans. I'll eat them raw. I don't like cooked green beans. Give me raw green beans and I'll eat them. I like anything raw. I'll eat it for sure. Organically speaking. All right, folks. You all have a good night. We'll catch you tomorrow night for another edition of Encounters. And Wendy, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll have to check that out. Raw is poisonous? I didn't know that. But I will definitely catch you all a little bit later. Good to have you with us. Take care. Spread the word. Contact 2026. We'll see you later. Tar. I'm trying to. Here we go.